Welcome to Crazy Bob Kaplansky's Used Furniture Warehouse. You can now support Crazy Bob at patreon.com/terriblewarriors. We've got all your used furniture needs under one roof. We've got Chesterfields, we've got sofas, we've got sectionals, ottomans, love seats, recliners, other couch furnitures, chairs, cabinets, tea, cozies, lady antebellums. Oh, you're not here for furniture. Oh, you're here for Bob's other business. When something strange is in your neighborhood kind of business. Something's weird that doesn't look good. Yeah, it's the door at the back. Give it a knock. Let them know you didn't know who to call. They'll like that part. And listen, I know you called them the Ghostbusters, but around here, they're the Terrible Warriors.
Welcome back to Terrible Warriors. I am your Ghost Master, Mike the Birdman Dodd from thisweekingeek.net, and I am joining you in tonight's adventure, which we've now called Ghostbusters Now Hiring. I am not alone, though, as we trek through the city of Toronto. I am joined with...
Cameron Dunn.
I'm Tom. He is an evil genius white from Weird Video Games.
I'm Derek Bard from Chasing the Muse, interrupting Tiff.
And I'm Tiff on Solo Compton.
So yes, guys, as you heard during Ghostbusters Day, which was on July 15th this year, the new movie from Paul Feig opened to fairly decent critical acclaim. People really like it. 75% on Rotten Tomatoes, certified fresh. And we kind of gave it our own spin to it as we introduced the Ontario chapter of the Ghostbusters, run by Crazy Bob Kaplansky. And what happened is we did our new hire, Doug, played by Tom, he's an evil genius white, his first day, literally his first hour on the job, he's been assaulted by a bucket, met a dude bro named Chad, and now things are going wrong at the Air Canada Centre in Toronto as he's just witnessed Don Cherry having a nice chat with the ghost of Mr. Hockey himself, Gordie Howe, and Ron McLean being slimed by yet unseen entities.
That's right. A guy named Chad.
A guy named Chad. The dude, I think his name was Dude Broski or something. We called him that.
Did in fact call him Broski.
Broski. So we had Chad Broski, who works at Crazy Bob as their secretary / furniture mover / we don't know why he pay him, considering he spends all his paychecks on muscle powder. But hey,
literally snorting it.
That's what we do here. So we join our Ghostbusters. We're actually going to switch scenes a little bit here, and we're going to join Tiffany's character of Agnes Voorhees. I'm sorry, that name with her friend Alice Kruger. No, I'm kidding. No. So anyway, we join Agnes, who happens to be sitting at home hanging out with Cam's character, whose name is
Philip Braxton.
You guys are sitting down. You got where do your characters live in terms of Hamilton or Toronto? Approximate area.
In a condo just downtown.
Okay, so you guys are sitting at your condo downtown. You've made a pretty good commission off of Crazy Bob, so you're able to live a little bit of the good life, so to speak, there. And you've got a couple of your friends over. You're watching Hockey Night in Canada because, hey, it's the first game of the year for the Leafs. Everybody's excited, and you happen to know your boss is down there getting the slime farms collected for the year because, hey, everybody loves the Maple Leafs on the first night of hockey, and you want to get the slime out of there while it's still relatively happy before it turns into a ectoplasmic slime monster of epic proportions. But for tonight, it's the night. However, though, as you and Cam are sitting there, you notice things immediately start going wrong. As you're watching the ice there, you see one of the hosts down there talking. You notice pink slime start to run down the camera lens.
Oh, shit.
What are you guys gonna do?
Well, Philip, I'm gonna suggest we get the fuck down there.
Good idea.
All right, so you guys decide to run out of Agnes's apartment. And Agnes, you have the company vehicle tonight because, hey, it's your night to wax it.
Well, awesome. Okay, well, we should probably take that down to the stadium.
All right. So you guys load up into Ecto 1, which, unfortunately, since our last adventure, which has Dr. Wily climbing on my face. Sorry. Cat, sit down.
Wow, we took a weird segue into Mega Man right there.
For those of you that don't know, Dr. Wily is the kitten who is my best friend in the whole wide world. The Ecto 1 has been upgraded since the old ice cream truck unfortunately gave up its ghost long ago and now sits rusting in the back of Crazy Bob's. However,
I thought the ice cream truck was destroyed during the North Bay thing.
Well, that's the funny thing about things in Ghostbusters. Just when you think they're gone, they seem to come back. So you literally have a ghost ice cream truck literally parked in the back of your place.
Awesome.
But it had that really like weepy finale where it was basically, I am and always will be your friend moment.
Well,
then it sacrificed itself for us.
Well,
do not impugn the sacrifice of our ice cream truck, Dodd.
All it does now is make sure that you always have a parking spot. Whenever you're there, it slowly fades away.
Oh.
It guards your parking spot, eternally vigilant. Not much of an afterlife, but hey, it's a living.
It's a dead thing.
It's not the one it deserves.
Exactly.
Hell of an afterlife.
So, as you guys rush down to the ACC, you can hear literally the screams of thousands of people utterly panicking. What are you guys going to do? You guys are probably a good 10, 15 minutes away just because of traffic. Luckily, there is a small television set inside the new Ecto 1, which is kind of like more like an Ecto SUV. So it's got a lot of the new latest gear. A lot of this was actually donated to you by a former Ghostbuster. If you guys remember Sue Ann McGucket, who was one of the former Ghostbusters, she left a sizable donation to the team before she left, part of which pays the rent, part of which was, quote-unquote, get some new damn wheels, quote-unquote. And this is what was picked, though not by Crazy Bob. This is what happened when you let Chad Dude Broski get a hold of a car brochure.
Is it a Hummer?
Yeah, basically.
Is that want a Hummer?
Yeah,
Awesome.
It looked cool. He's like, that looks cool. That'll definitely get some tail, man.
So roomy.
Yeah.
And all leather seats. So,
all right, Philip, you better get back in there. Get back in the back and look at the screen. Tell me what the hell's going on, because I'm trying to weave through traffic so we can get there.
I'll get right on that.
All right,
Okay.
So Philip, as you're looking at the screens there, you can see the Hockey Night broadcast. You look inside, you can see the benches where the Leafs and the Leafs bench and the Montreal Canadiens benches have animated and are literally throwing players into the stands. Both of the hockey nets have eaten the goaltenders. They've got them trapped inside. And all the retired jerseys that were hanging from the rafters are floating around, just shooting slime at people.
No.
Wait a minute. Did you say that the Maple Leafs were playing the Canadiens?
Yeah.
Is Maurice Richard just like going around bitching people out? This is not how hockey was played in my day.
Former players, both living and dead, who happen to be on hand for the festivities are all there in some capacity.
Oh, my God.
As you notice, several of the hockey player jerseys that happen to go floating by the camera, you notice people such as John Cordick and Hap Day, both very beloved Toronto Maple Leafs. And you're like, well, didn't see that one coming today.
First thing that comes to Philip's mind is, shoot, I gotta go get some autographs.
Peter Mansbridge.
Another time.
Peter Mansbridge comes on and goes, we're sorry, Canada. We interrupt this broadcast of Hockey Night in Canada to bring you, I don't quite know what. He looks at the camera, looks left, looks right, looks up. Here's Ro Davenley. And he abruptly cuts the feed.
Peter Mansbridge really lost his composure for once.
Yeah, I know, right? I've met Peter Mansbridge. That man never loses his composure.
To be fair, ghosts will do that to someone.
And the hockey nets are eating people.
Oh, my God.
So,
is there any kind of service road that I can take to, get there quicker?
you could hit the cherries.
Then, well, let's do that.
All right, so
Let's light it up.
All right, you flip on Ecto 1's cherries. Woo, woo. People automatically assume you're some kind of a service vehicle, and the roads eventually start parting ways. You'll be there in just a couple of rounds. Okay, we switch back scenes to the ACC with Doug and Crazy Bob. So you guys you literally, like I said, just watched Don Cherry walk away with the ghost of Gordie Howe to go have a chat. And Ron McClane is sitting getting slimed by God knows how many other undead hockey players. What are you guys going to do?
Okay, so
Doug is just calmly
we got the
explaining.
proton pack, right?
Yeah, you've got one proton pack from downstairs. Did you wear yours in?
Sure.
Okay, so you've got your older version. Doug happens to have one of the newer versions that got sent up from New York a couple of years ago. So as you do this, you notice that the concession stands are now starting to move. Any stand that can sell hot dogs is making their way towards you.
Okay, yeah, Crazy Bob's going to put his PKE meter away.
Okay.
Because it's kind of pointless at this point.
So as you put away your PKE meter, can you roll me a moves roll? So in Ghostbusters, you have moves, cool, muscles, and brains, which are your four attributes, and then there's traits under that.
Do I add the ghost die, or is that simply just one of my dice?
That's just one of your dice. Okay,
I got a 15.
All right, so you managed to dodge out of the way of a virtual minigun of hot dogs go shooting past your face. They managed to hit a ghost that was behind you and manages to disperse that ghost into a pile of ectoplasm. So, fun.
I'm actually just looking up Ghostbusters classification of ghosts right now.
Those are some spiritual hot dogs.
Yeah, you are surrounded by a lot of Class 2 manifestations, probably a lot of focused ones, because they are focused here at the ACC.
Yep. We're looking at some Class 2 psychokinetic apparitions right now.
Doug is very calmly explaining the difference between different aspects of a ghost to Ron McClane while otherwise doing nothing.
Okay, Doug, I'm going to ask you to do something now. I need you to take out that wand on the back of your proton pack.
This
See
one?
the little yellow flip switch on it?
Got it. I start shooting.
Okay, I guess he's already got it.
Okay, so
And I'll you know, and
all right, Tom. So you reach behind your back, grab your neutrino wand, and are you just going to start shooting wildly, or are you aiming at anything specific?
As you explained to me, I skip forward several steps and just start pressing buttons, and it starts going, and I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay, then roll me your brains roll.
Oh no!
I'm going to see if you don't fire boson darts at people.
what exactly is a boson dart? Anyway?
A boson dart. What a boson dart is? It's a different type of particle. It does more damage on a successful hit. The problem is it can overload the proton pack. If you fire 2 in a row, you can shut your pack down for 3 or more rounds. If you roll a ghost, you can break your neutrino wand. So, because Doug rolled so herpaderp,
well, that was the highest roll I could have possibly made.
yeah, so you fire a boson dart and you manage to cook an entire rack of pizza frozen pizzas before they explode over everything, but you managed to scare away a ghostly vendor that was hiding underneath one of the concession stands. Another one of your blasts goes wild, takes out one of the hot dog carts near you, and another one of your random blasts goes a little bit wild and sears a couple of like banners in the arena.
Whoa! Nice shooting, Tex, but maybe we aim next time.
Sure, boss. So
Dodd,
what
can I
am I
actually
aiming at?
see any ghosts?
Oh yeah, you can see tons. You see ghosts of what you think are maybe fans that have died and have come back to the arena. You see tons of undead hockey players. Actually,
Picking an undead hockey player.
Did they die in the arena?
a few people have. Like people like have tripped and fell, had heart attacks, stuff like that.
Dodd?
Yes.
Screw it. We have famous personalities on hand.
Yeah, you've got tons of them.
I aim for the ghost of Maurice Richard.
Okay, so you aim, you look through the crowd, you see the ghost of Maurice Rocket Richard.
And I'm gonna make my fire weapons check on it.
Okay, you roll it.
Let's see how this goes. Well, I got a 20, but I got a ghost as well.
Okay,
so it
no.
means I succeed. I just succeed in a not too happy way.
Okay, so you managed to fire your weapon at Maurice, the Rocket Richard. He gets hit full on by the proton stream. Now, what you didn't notice is Maurice is actually helping get people out of the arena by keeping them calm. As the proton blast hits him, he turns into this monstrously scary looking monster. Basically, his face turns all gross, looks kind of skeletal. He grows by about 5 feet, and his hockey pads turn into spikes.
Oh, no.
And he's like, "Sacre bleu!"
What?
I'm moderately
I don't know
certain
French.
that
Shut up.
Tap out neck.
Well, he does now. Tap her neck, asshole. I don't speak your Klingon.
Is this actually the ghost of Maurice Richard, or is it some like racist English guy trying to be him?
I have no clue. I hate you.
It would appear that he's transformed from a class 4 into a class 5. We may have a problem now.
So as you guys are watching, basically the entire arena panic. What are you guys gonna do? You've managed to shoot at 2 ghosts and piss both of them off.
I'm gonna point my wand thing at Maurice Richard and start shooting.
Okay, roll me your moves, which is fire weapon.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have the fire weapon trait, Tom, you add 3 dice.
Yes. Okay.
13.
Okay, so you aim your wand at him a little bit more carefully this time and manage to hit Maurice straight on. So that takes 3 away from his ectopresence. So that's 3 away. And let me see. I'm just checking how strong I made these ghosts, so just give me a second.
Yeah. Plus however much I did to him.
Yeah, so actually you completely managed to knock the quote-unquote wind out of him, which means if you wanted to fire a containment stream, you and Crazy Bob could.
Yes, that's what we're doing next round. We want to capture the ghost of Maurice Richard.
Oh, God. All right, so you managed to knock Maurice on his butt. You fire your weapon, Doug, and you manage to trap him in the containment beam. You see the energy ribbons wrap around him. He's trying to escape. He's screaming something rather unpleasant in French, you assume.
Tabarnak!
And we run back to Crazy Bob. You notice Maurice Richard is now trapped in a confinement beam by Doug.
Getting the ghost trap under him.
All right, so you managed to grab one from the back of the pack, throw it out. Roll me your moves again.
Is it fire weapons?
I'm gonna say yes.
23! And
Awesome.
another one on the ghost.
I'm gonna say that's bad.
A 6 is a ghost, though,
A
right?
6 is a ghost. So in this
okay.
case, it
I'm
works
fine.
out well for you. So
Yeah, 23.
So you whip the trap out. You swing it over your head like a lasso. You kind of use the power of your wrist.
Oh, okay. No. Can I describe this one?
Okay, go
I
for it.
figured out if this is a perfect roll for it. I get it right into the net, and when it goes off, the goal, the buzzer for getting a goal goes off as well.
Nice. All right, so you managed to trap the ghost of Maurice Lachard in the trap. The trap flickers red, then cools off. A little puff of smoke comes out, indicating a successful capture.
Woohoo!
Now, I want you to roll me 1d6 right now. No trait associated with it.
To see whether all the ghosts flock to me now. I got a 2.
You have 2 more open traps with you. The rest are in your car.
Yeah, okay. I was expecting I'd only have 1 trap with me, so...
I'm going to say everybody carries about 3 as a standard. Okay, so as you guys are doing that, you could hear the familiar sirens of Ecto-1 somehow piercing through all the yelling and screaming. You also hear over the broadcast speakers in the arena, you hear people screaming, "Help! Help! We're trapped in the broadcast center! Help!"
You guys are gonna have to do something about that.
Speak up.
I guess Phil's gonna jump out of the car and get into action.
Okay.
Yeah, if we're there, then yeah, let's do it.
All right, so you guys tear through the parking lot. You happen to bowl over several giant people dressed as mascots. You knock over the Scotiabank bear and guys dressed as giant hockey pucks. So
Sorry.
So as you knock these people over, you manage to run through some of the crowd there, although you are stopped abruptly by the Toronto police.
Oh shit.
And they're like, whoa, where do you think you're going, buddy?
Do you really not want us to go in there right now? Have you seen the news? You know what's going on inside there. We need to get in there right away.
No, hey, I just got word to keep people out. Now, why do you have vacuum cleaners attached to your backs?
Can I roll cool? I have charm.
Absolutely.
Okay, what would I, what do I add if I have charm?
You add 3.
3.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And you're
So-
going to role play it if you roll well.
Okay.
Okay, convince me.
Okay, so yeah. These may look like vacuum cleaners, sir, and as she's, saying this, she's like putting it on, like she's like twirling her hair, everything. She's doing everything she possibly can to like charm these people. We happen to know, we have to be very specific experts on the activity that's going on inside there. If you value your life, and we value your lives, so if you value them, you will let us go in there and deal with it so that you don't have to put your lives in jeopardy.
Agnes manages to convince a member of the Toronto Police Department, once again upholding the highest ideals, that she deserves to be there right here, right now. And we're going to say Officer Joe lets you right on through.
And as she walks by, she just blows a kiss at him and then runs into the fucking arena.
Woo, call me.
Philip, let's go!
Yeah, Phil follows.
All right, so you guys run inside the ACC. The ACC, it's starting to clear out a little bit now, but as you walk inside, you see hot dog carts are shooting hot dogs at people. Cotton candy has taken a somewhat human form, and there seems to be a golem made entirely of Doritos wandering through the lobby.
Oh, no,
It
it's
notices
the start
you.
of Doritos evolution.
About how
Phil, there is, I mean, that looks pretty delicious, but I think we're going to have to deal with it.
Yeah, pretty delicious.
Okay. But more importantly, I think it's supposed to. I don't think Doritos are supposed to do that. So I'm gonna pull out my proton pack then.
Okay, you pull out your Nutrito wand, but before you do that, Phil, roll me a Moose roll. You're gonna try and dodge something.
Cool. 17 with a ghost.
Okay, so what happens is you feel something tug at your feet, and you see a puddle of cotton candy try to hold you to the floor. Now you're able to get away from it mostly, although your boots are now slick with like ectoplasm, which will put you at a -2 for rolls until you get a chance to scrape that. Until you get a chance to scrape that shit off your boot, basically.
Ugh.
Yeesh.
Okay, so you managed to do that. Agnes, you pull out your wand. What are you going to do?
Well, I guess I'm gonna try to catch it. So I don't actually have what that would be moves, right?
Yeah, moves is your typical.
Okay. I don't have the weapons thing. I have dodge, so I wouldn't be able to.
You just
use
don't.
that right now,
You
right?
basically just don't get the 3
The
extra
extra.
dice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is. I probably shouldn't. I should probably wait for Phil to do that, but because my moves are really low. But I'm gonna do it anyways.
All right, let's see what happens.
4.
Okay, you shoot at the Doritos golem. Your shot manages to graze him. Basically, you get the nice, pleasant aroma of somewhere between Cool Ranch and Sweet Chili Heat. Fills the air as you take off one of the arms of the Doritos golem, which abruptly reforms.
Shit. All right.
But it looks at you, goes,
oh shit.
now it's mad.
Okay, so Phil, I mean, if you want, you can do something. I happen to have a ghost trap in my pack, so
While this is going on, Crazy Bob and Doug, you hear the unmistakable sounds of proton fire and the unmistakable aroma of nacho cheese.
We should probably go address that.
I'll reel in the used ghost trap.
Okay, you manage to sling it to your belt, and you've got one captured Maurice Richard.
Awesome.
All right, so you run downstairs onto the concourse with Doug. You see Agnes and Phil fighting what appears to be a giant man made of Doritos, and you also see tons of Class 2 focused ghosts that are entirely made of cotton candy. There's one made of pretzels, and what appears to be a man literally made of hockey sticks.
I'm gonna go up and swat the Dorito ghost with my proton pack like a baseball bat.
Okay, roll me your muscles.
Okay. 13.
Okay, you managed to run up behind this thing. You're gonna hit it with your pack?
Yeah, like with the wand at least, like a baseball bat.
Okay, so you wind up, take a big swat at the Doritos golem, and you knock its head clean off. Its head doesn't reform. It looks confused as its head goes flying. You are now covered in Cool Ranch chips, but you've definitely confused this thing because it didn't see that coming.
I'm going to just try and put a proton stream right into the middle of it while he has it distracted.
All right, roll it.
Try not to hit me.
Oh shit.
27.
With a ghost.
Oh, with a ghost. Oh,
Okay.
no, I'm toast.
All right, so you managed to fire at the golem.
I love how on this ghost die I only roll 1s and 6s. I've rolled nothing other than 1s and 6s so far.
If this was Star Wars, you'd be set.
I know, right?
All right, so you fire your neutrino wand at it. The blast rips right through the middle of this ghost, narrowly missing Doug. However, as you fire through the golem, it manages to cut the wire between Doug's neutrino wand and his pack.
Oh no!
But it doesn't hit. But it doesn't hit the pack itself, causing it to explode.
That would have been if I'd failed the roll and gotten a ghost.
Yeah, that would have been bad. That would.
Well, Doug was having more success swatting at the thing with it than using it as a proton pack anyway.
I really thought someone was going to tell Doug not to do that, but...
There wasn't time.
I'm going to say that Agnes just puts the wand on her back again and pulls out a ghost trap and throws it underneath him while Bob has him incapacitated, or like held there, basically. Should I roll for that? Okay, what is that? Is that moves? That's moves too,
Yes.
right? Okay. Oh shit!
No. Whatever you were trying to do, no.
It did not work. The trap just went all the way across the room.
Yeah, basically, you throw the trap. It may land in the nosebleed seats eventually. You're not sure where it
Baseball
went.
was never my strong suit. Okay.
So, Crazy Bob, you're pretty much just sure you watched one of your employees throw a rather expensive piece of equipment too. I don't know. It might show up, maybe. eventually. I'm sure it'll make some kid a nice toy.
There was
So long as he doesn't look directly into it when he opens it.
I looked at the trap, Ray.
Oh, this is painful.
Phil, you're gonna have to like pull something out of somewhere, even though I know you're slowed right now. I don't know, man. Because I clearly cannot throw for shit.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna try with my proton pack since that's helped a lot so far. Is that just moves?
Yep, just moves.
Yeah.
Okay, so you managed to pull out your wand, you managed to draw a bead directly on the Doritos golem, and you're just going to fire?
Yeah.
Okay, so once again, this huge energy blast just rips right out of your pack, hits the Doritos golem right in the middle, cuts the thing right in half. The half does not grow back. Okay. It's still very much alive, but it's half the man that it used to be. So what do you... All right, so now it's weekend. What are you guys going to do now?
Okay, well, we're still going to have to trap this thing, aren't we?
Yeah. Do I at least, like, have it contained at all, Dodd, or...?
Probably another 2 hits should do it.
Okay, well, here goes nothing.
Do I have any traps, or do I just have my proton pack?
You would have 1 trap on the pack,
okay,
as a for sure.
Huh, okay. 25, it didn't get a ghost.
Okay, and you're trying to just kind of weaken this thing?
Yeah, we can contain it.
Okay, Bob, so what you do is, because you're pretty sure it's relatively weak, you fire a boson dart at it. The boson dart expands into this huge energy ball, flies out at it, hits it, and manages to disperse this thing enough where it basically reforms into one very small bag of Doritos that jumps around on the floor but is caught in a containment beam.
Aw, it thinks it's people.
I almost want to take the living bag of Doritos home with us.
As a mascot.
We already have the bucket. I think this is somehow superior to the bucket.
Okay.
Right, if nobody's going to pick it up, then Agnes is going to
I'm
pick
going
it
to
up.
take the trap out of my proton pack then, and I'm going to smack the bag of Doritos with it.
All right, you take your neutrino wand.
Oh my God, you people are such gomers.
And you take a whack at the Dorito pack.
Am I rolling moves?
Yeah, roll it.
13.
You succeed. What are you going to do, Tom? You tell me.
Well, I guess I squash it with the with the trap.
You should probably take it with you just in case. I mean, if you're not, then I'm gonna.
Well, okay. Well, let's say that I pinned it down with the trap when I smacked it.
Yeah, you pin it down to the trap. You hear its pitiful, crushy Dorito-like screams as it crushes into a mix of Doritos and ectoplasm.
Ew.
Now, what you hear coming from the actual ice area, you hear this just gigantic roar. This unearthly loud roar.
Oh, shit.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna not even hesitate and run towards it.
Yeah, I'm gonna let her run first, though.
Go get him!
I'll follow.
All right, so as you guys rush out, you guys head outside. Or, sorry, not head outside. You head deeper into the arena. You see the ice area. The ice area has now turned from black to... It's almost like something's trying to form out of the ice. Everybody roll me a brains roll.
I'm going to assume my brain's trait of accounting doesn't apply here.
I have occult. Can I roll that?
Yes.
13.
And I'm still up to -2.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Tom, wait.
Just
Your
moves.
character is a master's in physics, Tom.
I got 34.
And you have a brains of 1?
He's very focused.
If it's related to physics, I get a bonus 3 dice.
That's true. He's just
Well, it doesn't matter. Tiff got a 34.
I got 34, so...
Okay, so you look at just the way things seem to be unfolding. Because a lot of stuff seems to be animated, this doesn't seem like a traditional haunting. Like, there's something very much out of the ordinary for this. As you do that, you notice, looking up in the rafters, you're almost certain you see a person, but you're not 100% sure.
You guys, there's something up there. Or someone up there. Would it seem like a ghost or an actual like?
You're not entirely sure, but there's something not entirely human about the way that it's moving either.
Okay.
As you notice that, you see the figure up there wave its hand. A little yellow light shoots out, and part of the Jumbotron crashes down to the ice below.
Oh, shit.
So as this happens, all of a sudden, once again, you hear another giant roar, and the ceiling just starts raining down green slime.
Oh, shit.
And you feel awesome.
What?
The entire crowd, anybody that's left in the arena, just starts laughing and just smiling, and anything that was animated in the arena just drops. Just stops moving. The nets that had the goaltenders spits them out. Everything is just covered in green slime right now. Even Don Cherry and Ron McClane come out from underneath the arena, and they're just happy. They're happy. They're holding hands. They're thinking, "Oh man, how are you guys? Isn't it great that we're here? I'm great. I'm great. Isn't life just awesome?"
Is the ghost covering us too?
Oh yeah, you're totally covered in mood slime.
Okay.
Now, because you rolled your occult, you know this is the positively charged mood slime.
Okay.
Bob, roll me your brains.
Wait, is this our mood? This is our mood slime, isn't it?
You bet it is.
It's come to our aid.
Yep. And you also realize something. Roll me your brains.
This is our entire. Does my accounting factor into this? This is our entire supply.
Yep.
I don't even need to roll for this. We're ruined, aren't we?
You don't know that.
23.
Given the volume of slime it would take to cover this much, you've probably blown through at least half the years.
We're ruined.
So that means any franchises west of Chicago may be shit out of luck this year unless they're willing to pay a huge premium for slime.
Yeah. Oh! Okay, so Bob, because he's in a good... Because the mood slime puts him in a supernaturally good mood, is just laughing and slapping people in the back. He's like, "We're ruined! It's hilarious! We're ruined this year."
So did we win, boss?
I could sell it at a premium. We're gonna be rich this year.
I'm gonna find. I need more water. I'm losing the Gilbert Gottfried voice.
Okay, so as the mood slime rains down from the ceiling and all the supernatural entities in the building eventually just leave, you guys exit the building and are immediately swarmed by CBC reporters, radio reporters from every station in town. They're shoving microphones in your face. They're going, "What the hell was that? What the hell just happened?"
I hold up the bag of Doritos and I got it.
Crazy Bob holds up the ghost trap that has Maurice Richard in it. That's it's got the little wisp of smoke coming out of it. It's glowing. It's got the glowing green lights.
Now, what we had here was a spontaneous appearance of Class 2 vaporous entities, which we at the Ghostbusters have captured and neutralized.
Meanwhile, while he's explaining all the science, Agnes is literally just like eating up the attention because she's all about the fame. So like she's just totally happy that all this attention's on her.
So as you guys are exiting,
Crazy Bob gratuitously pimps out, of course, his used furniture store.
you do as such and start passing cards out to the crowd. As you come out, you also notice the cameras abruptly turn off you. As you notice Mayor John Tory come out and Deputy Mayor Norm Kelly, along with a couple other councilors from the city who are there obviously as representatives of the city on opening night. One of the questions that immediately comes to mind is, did you know this was going to happen? Why was there so much mood slime here? What happened? And John Tory's like, we have an agreement with the Ontario Ghostbusters to supernaturally protect the city should such any events occur. Unfortunately, tonight there was a problem with the Norm. Norm Kelly steps up to the microphone. He says, "What what Mr. Mayor means to say is tonight there was an unfortunate supernatural occurrence, and no further comment. We'll talk to
Crazy
you guys on
Bob
Monday.
sidles up in front of Norman Kelly as he's kind of stumbling.
And we had to deploy the mood slime in order to neutralize some of the ghosts.
All the crowd just kind of falls silent. They look at you. He's like, Mr. Kaplanski, do you speak for the mayor's office? Norm Kelly's like, nope. That's none of that. Nope. He's like, we'll have further comment on Monday morning. Good night. And go Leafs go. The mayor and Norm Kelly and several of the counselors they're like, come here. So they pull you off to the side. John Tory's like, Bob, I hope you've got a really good explanation. That broadcast went out international. We've had enough problems this year.
I can definitively say that the haunting was not our fault.
Technically.
He's like, look.
No, not technically, definitively. It was not us.
I sat down and had a conversation with Hap Day. Hap Day's been dead for like 10 or 15 years. Can you care to explain that to me, Bob? This is a new building. Why is a new building haunted?
Maybe it's the teams that are haunted.
Look, I'm going to have a lot of questions to answer come Monday morning. And I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to say to these people. But I'm almost 90% sure they're going to come asking for my head on this. So, tell you what. Why don't you and the rest of your associates here meet us here, Toronto City Hall, Monday morning. Let's have a conversation. Come in through the back, through Rob's doors, if you catch what I'm saying, and we'll have a quiet conversation, decide what we're going to do. Let's just say things are not exactly looking happy for us right now, but we've weathered worse. We will weather worse again. We can deal with this. Mr. Kelly will see that you're compensated for your services tonight. With that,
I love compensation.
So Norm Kelly pulls out the City of Toronto checkbook, writes you a small check, and goes for services rendered, plus a little please don't talk to the goddamn media again money, and abruptly tells you guys to go home for the night. So, what are you guys going to do now? The ACC is mostly cleared out for the night. You see the news crew from CBC start to pile out, all covered in mood slime. Everybody's in a ridiculously good mood. In fact, you're pretty sure there's going to be several dozen babies born tonight because of you.
Well, I say we have a drink because that's the only thing I can think of to do right now. I mean, we should probably do some work, but I'm honestly in way too good a mood to worry about it right now.
Everybody
Doug
roll me
is
your
just-
brains.
Uh-oh, I rolled a ghost.
Doug decides drinking is yes.
16.
16, okay. All right, Cam?
15.
Cam has rolled a 15. And finally, Crazy Bob.
Oh, yeah, sorry. What am I rolling?
Brains.
Brain.
Is my accounting factor into this?
No.
Why would
13.
Okay, so Agnes, you get the idea is if the entire event was broadcasted on CBC, that means the entire event was broadcasted, which means any evidence would show up on tape somewhere if something weird started happening in one particular place. Which means any evidence you need is in the broadcast truck. If there was anything to find.
Okay, so after she suggests going for a drink, her face kind of falls and she thinks for a minute and she says, I think we might have to check the broadcast before we celebrate anything, because I have a feeling that any evidence we could use might be on there. Does anyone know where the truck would be? Would it be pretty in plain sight?
It would be pretty up. You'd probably have to go back inside to go to the broadcast center.
Oh, okay.
But the truck would also be outside too. So you've got two choices.
Doug is drinking a beer and he accidentally dropped a napkin into the cup and didn't even notice as he was drinking it.
Okay, well, at this point, I think it's probably going to be easier to get into that truck than it is going back into the arena. But at the same time, if we go back into the arena, we'll have less people watching us as we try to break in there. What do you guys think? You're the brains behind this, Bob. I mean, brains in quotes.
I'm sorry. I've only been half paying attention while I run numbers.
Oh, yeah. What about you, Phil? What do you think?
I think we should go back inside.
All right. Well,
Something's wrong with this drink.
God damn it, Doug. Okay, she just storms back into the arena and goes up towards the broadcasting center because clearly
I'm going to
she's
once
just
again follow her.
Okay, let me lead just in case there's anything dangerous going on.
Okay.
I recommend that you should storm in boobs first.
First.
Okay, so you guys managed to get inside the broadcast center. You come inside, you notice a lot of the equipment's been damaged, and not necessarily by the slime either. It's almost like something went in through here and blew everything up from the inside. Like electronically somehow.
Okay.
Everybody roll me your brains again, except for Doug.
Oh.
That beer's hitting you pretty hard, buddy.
Doug's like, I like cheese and pudding.
Guys, I have an idea. Hold on.
Drinking is yes.
Yes.
Hold on.
Derek, you gonna roll?
I lost my
I
train of
did
thought.
roll.
You did?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got
An 8.
I got an 8.
Okay, so Agnes, once again,
Cheese
being
and
the
pudding.
brains of the outfit,
Brains in the boobs.
you kind of notice as you look around there that not all the optical media was taken. Like, basically, there's probably a couple of hard drives still kicking around, but there does seem to be some of the camera's internal flash drives are still there, so you could probably grab those.
Okay. I do as such, and in like a hasty manner, so that we're not caught inside there, because I'm sure people are going to be coming back in pretty soon.
Yeah, so you do as such. You also hear something behind you. Everybody, roll me your moves.
Oh shit! Wait, can I roll dodge?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I got a 9.
Oh wow, I rolled 5. No ghost die, but wow.
13.
Okay, so you all manage to dodge out of the way as you see a ceiling tile fall from above you,
Oh shit!
and a couple of kids fall out.
Oh shit!
They're like, "Oh God, hi," and stuff.
What are you kids doing here?
Nothing.
I don't believe that for a second. I've used that before when I was your age. What are you doing here?
Hiding. Is it gone? You know.
Yeah,
Cool.
they're gone now.
Can,
But how the hell did you guys get up in the roof?
seemed like seemed like a good idea. You know, take your kid to work day. We just thought we'd hang with our dad, and when
Anyone else believing this?
Dad's started covered in the
I
green
don't
stuff.
believe
Started
this
talking.
for a moment.
Yeah, neither do I. I think we better.
Dodd, I'm going to try and get the kids to tell me what they know. Cool and bargain, I'm going to offer them $20 each.
Okay, cool and bargain. Okay, there.
So let me make the roll.
Okay.
23.
23. Okay. Give me a sec here. I'm going to roll them separate. But I'm actually going to roll them on my table here. Because I am using exciting new dice that I got for this show specifically from the good people over at Nerdy Show, who actually make the updated Ghostbusters role-playing game, whose rules we are partially using today, by the way. So, give me a second here. So, they have these green slime dice and an actual ghost die,
Awesome.
which is very cool. So, 23 is what they have to beat. Alright, just give me a second. So, 10,
Math.
20, 3. They're like $50.
Total.
each.
Come on, old man. I'll spot you 20. Just give him $50.
Fine.
What did they roll?
28.
What?
God damn. These kids are fucking
Hey, man.
street rats.
Kids need money. Kids need money for all sorts of stupid crap.
Video games and stickers.
Takes out his billfold, counting off slowly, painfully.
20, 40, 60.
All right, yeah, that'll do.
Well, no, he's just they can split those 20s between them, man. He's not breaking a 20 for them.
All right. So after the money is all distributed,
He hands him $100 in 20s, and he's
Yeah.
like, "You can split it."
he's like,
Okay.
one of the boys looks at the girl and goes, "You do kind of owe me $20." She's like, "Shut up." They're like, "All right, what do you guys want to know?"
Did you see anything strange up in the rafters?
Not really. I mean, we just kind of, like I said, we just kind of came here with our dads. Weird shit started happening. We saw something above the Jumbotron at one point, but we just assumed it was one of those.
What did you see?
I don't know, just a person, maybe wearing like a cloak or something. I don't know, or like a really big hoodie. We're not sure. Like,
Did it say anything?
well, we were here in the broadcast center. We couldn't hear shit, but I know we saw it because one of the cameras was kind of pointing up at it. Though I
Which
mean,
camera?
points to the one that's closest to Phil.
Okay. So that's the one we'll take the memory.
In addition to that,
Yeah.
not long afterwards, a couple of guys came through here, started waving around like this little stick thing, and everything in this room just started going nuts. Made this god-awful high-pitched squeal. But that's about it. And the girl's like, yeah, that's about it. I mean, it looked like, I don't know, it was like the size of like a lipstick container sort of thing, and just started making sounds, and then everything just kind of went...
I really hope that the hard drives I got aren't corrupted. Then we better get back so that we can analyze this stuff.
He's like, yeah, but that's all we know. I mean, if you guys want to talk to us again, I don't see why you would. I mean, our dad's names are right here on the broadcast sheet, so it's all we can think of.
Wait, your dad works in this broadcast center?
He's one of the floor directors, yeah.
We might. You know what, kids? Here's my number. If you remember anything, do not hesitate to call me.
Only if you promise to wear that top again.
Kid, you are 15 years old. Call me when you're 25.
So you're saying there's a chance. Hello, Mrs. Robinson. He takes it and walks out of the room. The girl follows behind him and goes, man. Walks out behind him.
Doug
I
wipes
think we
his
get back
face
so we
with
can
the
analyze and stuff.
Doug wipes his face with a napkin that's absolutely soaked in beer.
You clearly don't need a nightcap, so I guess everyone else should come. Since I'm the one, well, I mean everyone else, I guess. But let's just go back. Let's just go back to the headquarters because I need to see if there's anything viable on these hard drives.
Okay.
So we drive back to Hamilton.
Okay, so you guys head back to Hamilton, taking the company vehicle as well as Crazy Bob's personal vehicle. And you get back there, and what are you guys looking for on these hard... Actually, everybody roll me brains, and we'll see what you guys find.
20
Five again.
12.
Okay.
I'm rolling remarkably well when I roll only 1d6.
Okay, so Phil's kind of looking across it, and he keeps noticing, he keeps hearing when the attack happens, he keeps hearing that high-pitched squeal sound that the kids were talking about. Whenever he hears the squeal sound, cameras either deactivate or they do something screwy, which seems to suggest whatever it is disrupting the cameras on electronic level, not necessarily a supernatural level. That's what you can deduce from this.
Okay.
In addition to that, it seems like looking through some of the other footage, because you know how they always shoot stuff downstairs from the locker rooms, or they always have those cameras set up in hallways to talk to hockey players. It seems like the trouble started in the mood slime area. There were two people walking down there. There was a man and there was a woman whose faces were relatively obscured, unfortunately, by, once again, really big hoodies. They went downstairs, went into the mood slime room, said, so you can't quite make out what they're saying, but then they burst out of that room running, and then you see some black caustic slime start to ooze out from under the door, goes up the walls, and that's within 5-10 minutes. That's when stuff starts to happen.
That's okay. Well, that's good to know. That means there's obviously something way more nefarious going on.
It sounds like a cult.
Yeah, it actually kind of does.
Okay, so it's currently like about 5 o'clock on Sunday morning now. You don't meet with Meritori and his office people until Monday morning at 9. What are you guys going to spend the next day doing? Crazy Bob's does open at 10 o'clock on Sundays.
I gotta sell used furniture.
Okay, so so Bob's gonna go to work after a hard night of working. Good man.
Like Agnes is gonna drink like half a bottle of vodka and then pass out.
Responsible young woman.
Tom's probably gonna, or Doug rather, is probably gonna, sleep off a hangover.
And one beer.
I don't know if he's a lightweight or not.
In the back of the ghostly ice cream truck.
I think Phil's gonna check out the footage again to see if they can recognize anything from those guys in the hoodies.
Okay, so I'll say you get 3 brains rolls to see what you find out. So roll those now for me in order.
Okay, 17.
And 1 ghost, okay? So the first hour you find nothing. The second hour you find something.
Nice.
And the third hour you find nothing. Once again, your theory of a cult does seem to hold somewhat true, considering the fact that black slime is a corruption of both mind and soul, whatever this stuff is. And it's typically only found around supernatural entities. So the fact that these people could get close to it suggests maybe possession. You reference Spate's catalog and Tobin's spirit guide. It's going to take you probably another 2 days to find out any more information about it. But you're definitely on a path to figuring out what exactly the hell happened.
Cool.
Okay, so we're going to bring this hour to a close as Chad Broski walks into the office on Sunday morning, smelling of Popeyes, not chicken for a change, of Popeyes muscle powder. And he's like, yeah, dude, it's Sunday morning. Do you lift? It's a little loud.
Does he walk in possessed by a ghost?
Only the ghost of the most hardcore workout people you can imagine.
Ew.
So, like any other day, he's irritating. But he lifts stuff, and he's really good at that.
Good for him.
Good for him. So he's like, boss, saw you on TV last night. Way to fuck up the business. I'm taking my lunch.
I can't tell if that was like a disparaging remark or that was his way of saying great job.
Good job.
As he leaves, Crazy Bob just looks around. He's like,
Gonna really have to get around to firing him one of these days.
You can try, but I'm the only one that knows how to fix your chair.
Damn.
Damn it.
And with that brings to a close the first hour of Ghostbusters Now Hiring here on Terrible Warriors. Big thanks to nerdyshow.com, who helped supply us with some of the new supplies for the new Ghostbusters role-playing game. You can check out their website, which is nerdyshow.com/GBRPG. You can check out the franchise kit, which I actually gave Derek his official franchise for Terrible Warriors. I have the other one hanging in my office right now. And you can get the updated rules for like the slime blower, the dark matter shotgun, the slime blower, etc., etc. And they also have a podcast, which I think is called Ghostbusters Resurrection, where they do their own playthrough of their own Ghostbusters franchise. So be sure to be checking that out. I'll be talking a little bit more about this on a bossed roll, I'm sure, sometime in the future when I talk about licensed RPGs. So until next time, we have been...
I'm Derek the Bard from Chasing the Muse.
I'm Tiffany Fonsolo Compton.
I'm Doug.
Okay.
I'm Doug.
I'm Doug.
Cameron Dunn.
And I've been Mike the Birdman Dodd from thisweekingeeks.net saying, who are you going to call?
Doug.
Hopefully not
Doug.
Doug.
Terrible Warriors is released under a Creative Commons license and is available every Monday and Thursday. And on Thursday, we return to Edmonton with Derek the Bard and his Bardonians in Mutant City Blues. And next Monday, we return to Steve Saylor's Matrix Extraction as we continue to unravel the mysterious mysteries that are... I don't want to spoil anything. You've caught up on it, right? Catch up. Check us out at terriblewarriors.com, where you can see a list of all of the adventures we've ever done. We're up to like 51 campaigns now. It's crazy. And of course, you can support us at terriblewarriors.com. You can click on the Patreon button, or you can go to patreon.com/terriblewarriors. Let us know how we're doing on Twitter. At Dice Warriors is the handle. Today's Terrible Warriors have been Mike Dodd, Tom White, Derek Burrow, Tiffany Ann Compton, and Cameron Dunn. Campaign album art by Steve Saylor, music by Kevin MacLeod, and audio production by Justin Eacock. And until next time, thank you for listening to the Terrible Warriors.